Hello and welcome back to Slice of Tea. I'm Libby.
And I'm Shani, and you're listening to the Night Brew. And today's tea is...
Cocoa and chili.
Yes. So we needed another tea for our disaster episode 1, where it was the lavender tea that wasn't a lavender tea. So we needed something else that would go under this whole Halloween tea theme for this month.
Yes.
And Libby saw this one at the supermarket, and I thought this was a really good idea. So I'll get you to explain that.
So my idea was cocoa and chili both revolve around spooky month because, as we all know, everyone likes to go trick-or-treating on the 31st of October. So I thought cocoa would be a great treat, but then you'll get chili, which is a bit more of a trick than a treat.
Yes, absolutely.
So, not pictured. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get devil horns for this, but I don't think it needs.
No, I think we're
It's going to be hot enough.
We'll save that for later.
OnlyFans?
No, I meant like a later episode.
Sorry.
Girl, what you been doing in your free time?
I mean, I did, there was something I didn't tell you. No. I went wandering around at night and, I might have actually got a little bit of a,
Oh my God.
For those who can't see on Spotify, I have been bitten by a vampire on my right shoulder. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. What is this? No. Edward Cullen, take me away.
Bella Swan who?
Sorry, there's only one swan here and it's me.
I love it. Anywho.
Continuing on.
I'm a little hesitant to try this tea only because on the box it's meant to represent like a chili hot chocolate, but there's no milk whatsoever. So if it's meant to be a hot chocolate without milk, it's going to be rather watery. But I have an open mind. So shall we try this?
Are we going to get treated or are we going to get tricked?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
It smells like the licorice tea with cloves.
Okay.
That's what it smells like to me. Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Oh wow.
Oh, no.
Why does it taste like licorice?
It tastes like licorice, but it was kind of spicy. The back of my throat. It's a bit spicy.
It's a bit spicy.
I don't understand.
No.
Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm so confused.
What was that noise you just made?
Because, like, literally, like, is your throat not, like, spicy or, like, burning or anything?
A little bit.
Can you not taste that, like, that tingle of spice? Like, can you not, like, the chili? That's what I'm getting at here, people.
I think my throat's gone a bit numb, to be honest, because I just
dinner?
choked on my chili.
Oh, okay.
I do apologise for that.
I get no cocoa
No, neither
whatsoever. I don't get any chocolatey.
No.
It's just, why would you put licorice if it's going to be cocoa and chili and say it's a hot chocolate? Why would you put licorice in it?
There's a spice. It hit me.
Oh, okay. Because it's hitting the back of my throat right now.
Do you know what? It's it's comforting if you were somewhere really cold in winter and you wanted something to warm you up. This would be the perfect beverage for that.
Oh.
But
Sorry.
no, I understand. The noise you made just then was not
I'm
human.
so sorry. If you like licorice tea and you want something that has a bit of a bite to it, then this is for you, 100%. Like, no disrespect. It's just not my cup of tea. Most definitely not. So I think we've definitely landed in the trick scenario. Because that tricked me. There ain't no cocoa, ain't no chocolate.
Well, I think this is like a Birdie Bots every flavour bean where you bite into a good jelly bean and then all of a sudden it just turns out to be not a good jelly bean.
I mean, wow. That is...
Oh my God. It's very strange.
It is very strange.
On first gulp, what you get is...
It's definitely the licorice.
You get the licorice.
And then it hits you.
Yeah, you
with
get... Yeah.
Sorry, you're explaining it. Sorry.
No. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. You get my facial expressions.
No, we're just like, we both take a sip and we're both like contemplating in silence, like, what are we actually drinking? We just had dinner as well, and that had a bit of a bite to it. It unexpectedly didn't expect to have a bite. So now I feel like I've just had too much spice. I'm not a spice person at all.
You do get the spice.
Like, you can handle it, sorry.
No, you're fine.
There you go. No,
honestly, this is a joint thing. So please, what is? It's strange. It's like you've bitten into jalapeno and you're not expecting it.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. You do taste the cocoa,
Yes.
but right as it's like a trick or treat scenario. You've knocked on someone's door. Instead, they don't have candy, and they've pretty much thrown an egg in your face. And then it's only then when you walk away from the door you realize it's a cream egg.
What's that? Is it red? That chewies? That's like that cinnamony.
Oh,
The big red. That's it.
yes.
That's what it's like. But like not cinnamony, like a burn. Oh, it's not burning. It's just I can definitely taste the spice in the back of my throat. Like it's still there.
Yep. Yep.
So definitely not our thing. But
Definitely
if you
not our
like
cup of tea.
spice and you like chili and you want to like literally spice things up in your tea life, by all means, definitely try the cocoa and chili. We got ours from Woolies. I'm pretty sure you can get them at Coles as well, but we got ours from Woolies.
Yeah.
Obviously in the tea section, the only one that's labelled cocoa.
Cocoa and chili. Yeah, no, but it's a very strange tea. If you're into spice and you like that sort of thing, that's for you. I know that chili has a few digestion benefits, which is great.
Definitely.
Helps
Sorry. You go.
digestion and things, and it's fantastic. Apparently relieves headaches, actually.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. There you go. And then we all know what licorice does based on our other episode as well.
Yes.
So it's also good for your stomach and helps to ease digestion as well. So that is very good.
Muy bien. I mean, I already feel that now. I mean, I'm shocked to know that we've been tricked by this harmless tea. But tonight we are talking about the all-important event that happens on Halloween.
CCC.
And that is, of course, trick or treating, or chic or sheeting.
Yeah.
Sheeting. Sheeting. I didn't say the other word.
No, you're good.
But trick or treating, it originated in Ireland and Celtic-speaking countries, I believe.
Sorry, that tea is just coming up a little bit. Anywho, not that you need to know that, but sharing is...
Consent on a few items to continue.
What? I don't know if anyone heard that, but Libby's like Google phone just went off, like the Siri, whatever her name. I don't know what her name is.
Thanks, BIXBY.
Okay then, cool.
If I say it, she'll go off. So I'm sorry. But trick or treating originated 2,000 years ago from what we researched, which is very interesting.
So that's like Halloween in general. We try to research straight back from where did this even come from, and that's actually something that we both didn't know that it originated in
Ireland.
Yes, which for most people that here at least I assume, I know that my parents did, we thought it was always an American holiday. I definitely think that it has changed and grown through American traditions as well. But to learn that mostly like it was originated in Ireland is, I think, quite fascinating in
I
itself.
think it's very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And so the whole 31st of October, from what we researched, is that was the night where the veil between the living and the dead was very thin, and so the not evil spirits, but I think spirits in general would come and walk amongst the living, and so they used to light massive bonfires to scare them away, and they also wore scary masks as well to scare them away, and they didn't also want to be recognized, I think, by the spirits, and they didn't want to be tied to the spirits or anything like that. So that's where the whole scary stuff comes from, was to actually scare and ward off the evil spirits, which is pretty cool.
Sorry.
Just got a bit of chili stuck in your throat.
Oh, I do. Do you know what? I keep going back to it and I'm thinking, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's not fine. But, so when the Irish or Celtics migrated to the US, they brought over their tradition and customs with them. So, of course, that being like apple bobbing, being one of them, and also playing tricks on the neighbours.
Yeah, so that actually was a tradition, if you will, in Ireland. Sorry.
Ireland, yeah.
In regards to Halloween, which is interesting because you kind of think, where did that come from? Because you learn a little bit about it in school, but obviously here in Australia it's not wildly or crazily celebrated as much as it is in America, especially more so now. And I think in our generation, maybe the generation before, it started to become more of a bigger thing, and the generations to come as well, which is interesting.
I think so too.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
And All Hallows Eve was originally what it was called, and that was in regard to, I have to write this down, so this is from the americanenglish.state.gov website. They say that Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, or the day before All Saints' Day, a traditional holy day for Christians. People try to appease the restlessness spirits on Halloween.
Right.
So that is the religion side of where Halloween kind of comes to play in it as well, which is very interesting. And what we found incredibly interesting is the Jack-o'-lantern, and why it's called Jack in the first place is it was based on a drunkard that was in Ireland who made a deal. It was kind of like he made a deal with the devil almost, with Satan, and he kind of tricked Satan a couple of times, and so much to the point where Satan had to give in and gave him what he pretty much wanted. But
then he was left to pretty much roam the earth in
right.
limbo. So not ascending or descending, just among the living. So that's why.
And I think the only thing that like light lit his way was actually a turnip.
Yes.
So it actually originally was a turnip that you would carve, not actually a pumpkin, which is interesting because we've all ever known it to be pumpkins. So when some of the Irish people come over to America, they traditionally did turnips, but because there were so many pumpkins around fall time in America in general,
it was a native.
Correct. So then they also did pumpkins as well, which is interesting. So that is why it's called Jack-o'-lantern, is because the drunken dude was Jack. And so I think that in some respect that's meant to depict him, but the other reason also is it's also meant to help ward off evil spirits. So it's meant to scare them away.
Boo.
So very interesting how that tradition and those kind of trick-or-treating ends up changing over years.
Yeah.
And how it becomes to what it is today.
Well, today. Especially over here in Australia. I mean, you know, it's very different to what it is in the US.
That's correct. Absolutely. I remember growing up with my parents, like we never really did. I've actually, if ever, I never did trick-or-treating. I had one Halloween party with my siblings when we were older, when we were younger. that don't make no sense. And that was fun. I think for me, I just really enjoy the dressing up and the costumes, like more than anything. And not so much the candy. I know that's crazy. I'm just not big on sugary lollies, personally.
Yeah.
Used to be, but...
I mean, I used to go trick-or-treating quite a bit when I was younger. Obviously not now, but I mean, I love it. It's such a fun time to do. You know, you knock on someone's door and they might be dressed up. Like, you go to people's houses and, you know, they have all decorations spread out. They've got like struggle? Inflatables. Are you okay?
Yes.
Is it a struggle?
I just took a big gulp and that just like, I feel like it burnt my throat.
Do you know what it can be compared to? If, obviously you guys watched our last episode of Harry Potter, it's pretty much when Dumbledore takes a sip of that out of the, what's it called? You know when Harry and him go across on the boat and they go and they find Voldemort's Horcrux, the necklace.
Oh my goodness. Yes, like drink the water. He's like, no.
This is exactly like that scene. Oh my gosh,
I don't know why I keep drinking. I think if anything, if you're going to drink a chili orientated drink, don't take a big gulp, just kind of like sip it because it hits you right in the throat.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it might be good if you were sick and you drank this.
Oh yeah, that's actually not a bad point.
Because it would strengthen your immune system.
But
perhaps.
Sorry, please continue. So you actually did trick-or-treating. I've only ever been once, and it was... In certain areas here, they normally have in a little estate. It's safe for the children, so you're not going to random houses. And so how you know that that house is participating is they'll have the little front porch light on, and they'll have decorations. And so if you're not participating, then you don't have your lights on. And so that way you're not getting disturbed by children, which is very clever. And that way it's just in the same area. Most neighbours know each other, so it's in a safe environment. So you're not going off into random neighbourhoods. But I only went once, and it was with my next door neighbours at the time. I went with them to kind of like look after them because I was a couple of years older than them. And it was... And I think if you grew up with it, like how you grew up with things like Christmas, and it's like that joy for you, then I think you'd enjoy it. But because I didn't grow up with it and just going for the first time, I was like, yeah, I like free candy. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time, one of the times that we went, and we went with a group of family friends. And my very good family friend, she dressed me up as a bloodhound, like a dog. And it was awesome. Like, I had my face painted as a small doggo, and we went round to the houses of this suburb, and it was so fun. Like, obviously a few people would have their lights off to show that they're not participating, but majority of the people were, and we got so into it, we were just running around like hell broke loose.
Oh, bless. I like that. Definitely. I think if I was... When I become a parent, it's kind of strange for me to be like, yeah, let's go to a stranger's house and ask for candy, the one thing that you're not meant to do. But I think if we could start like our own little Halloween tradition, then I think that would be kind of cool in a sense. I don't know.
I think so. I mean, we've got supermarkets here in Australia where if Halloween is coming up, they'll give like Halloween decorations out, not give out, but like they'll sell Halloween decorations. And one of them was very peculiar to me because in Big W, there was like a skeleton of a spider, and it didn't even...
That was weird.
It didn't even look like a spider.
No, definitely not. I do love when we get Halloween costumes in at work.
Yes.
Because I work in retail, so we get Halloween costumes in, and some of them are really bad, but even just setting it up with all the fake blood and the weapons and the different masks and things like that, to me, it's exciting. I like the idea of dressing up for a party, like Halloween-wise. That to me is exciting, or it sounds like fun. I suppose that's what you do when you get older, because you kind of phase out of the whole trick-or-treating thing, I suppose. You go out to parties. And things like that. But I did enjoy that aspect, and so I'm looking forward to it this year. I think we're meant to be getting a Halloween costume in actually this week.
Well, I mean, this is real. Edward Cullen actually come and visited me, and he was like, oh yeah, you can be my Bella Swan.
And on that note, I'm gonna dip. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Please, no. But, compared to America, Australia is very different. I mean, most people, they don't participate in Halloween over here in Australia.
No.
But when we, as Australians, look over at America, it's extravagant. Like,
it's beautiful. Like, I must admit, even when I was in America as well, because it ties in with their fall. At least I think it does. And so, like, the Halloween, or like the oranges and the yellows, like I love those like autumn colours as well. Even like the candy corn, like the different sugary candies that they have is phenomenal. Like I love that. And the decorations, it's like I've seen so many pictures of these massive and beautiful decorations. Like here, Christmas decorations is a thing. You can go to certain like suburbs, as you do in most places, but Halloween, not so much. But in America, based on the pictures that I've seen, it's quite beautiful. So,
I mean, over here in Australia, sorry to cut you off there.
No, I finished.
I've been to a few suburbs around here, and there was one I remember last year. Obviously, we know that I don't like spiders, and being in Australia, spiders are everywhere. Yay! That's not a good thing. But last year, a friend and I, we were driving in the car on the coast of where we are, and one of the houses had a giant spider on the garage door. And a giant spider web. So somebody had set it out like there was a giant spider on the garage.
Oh,
and
dear.
Also a large spider web. I can guarantee you, I was absolutely like, no. I turned to my friend and I said, please just accelerate and go, please. Because I was like, no. No, we're not doing that today. Not
she
today.
Said, follow the spiders. If Hagrid ever gets out of Azkaban. Sorry.
Please no. I mean, that's one way. I mean, I used to work in retail myself, and one of the people who I used to work with was like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up a giant spider on the ceiling. So every time you walk into work, you can see it.
Thanks.
And I died inside.
Oh dear. I remember having this massive like zombie in a prisoner's outfit. It was huge and it was meant to move, but for some reason we got it broken. And so we had it discounted. But I remember on the orange prisoner suit, he had 666. And obviously that's meant to be like Satan's number or the devil's number or whatever. And I remember having this customer come in, and customers are great. Kind of. No, you always get that one customer that's here for a good old time and a good old chat, and you're just like, I'm here to work. But he started telling me about how 666 isn't the devil's number, and he went on this massive rant, and he got into religion. This is me standing here like,
okay. Okay.
But it was entertaining, and then anyways, it's like, it is what it is. A month later, he came back in again, and he was like, do you remember me? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I got it wrong. So this, and then he went on this massive rant, and then he ends up, a customer ends up like getting angry with him because he wouldn't get out the way or whatever it was. He ended up fighting with one of my customers and calling her the B word.
What?
And to be fair, like she didn't, like it was her fault, but it was just so...
Oh my goodness.
I literally feel like that dog with fires all around him. Like, this is fine. So you definitely get some very interesting and fun people in retail, especially around Halloween time. Oh, it's that same zombie. A lady said to me, oh, that's where my husband should be, or that looks like my husband. I was like, what? She said, yeah, in Jad. I'm like, well, that's none of my business. And I was just like, what? The stuff that people are... I feel like retail is retail therapy, but for the customers. Not just when you buy stuff, but so they can get things off their chest and let you know how they really feel.
Tell us, how do you really feel?
Yes.
What do you really desire?
Maybe I should charge them extra if they want a therapy session.
Hi, that's $160. $160. Sorry. 60.
60.
Yes. I mean, do you know what? You could just say that next time to them. Like, yeah, it's going to be $666. Thank you.
They'll be like, Nanny?
Tell me, what do you truly desire? Okay. For anybody who's seen Lucifer out there, I'm sure you'll appreciate that reference. You haven't seen it? Okay.
No.
I mean, I know that's one thing that he says. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to betray anyone who I've just said that to, but I haven't watched it myself. I've only seen like a snippet of it.
Oh. Well, fair enough.
But
yes.
No, compared to Australia, I think it's very interesting trick-or-treating. Hopefully, we'll see some trick-or-treaters this year. Over here, I don't know if America does this or any other country, but at our hardware store that we have here, I think during the month of October, or really whenever, I think when you buy enough paint, right, it's a bit strange, but they give you a paint tin of jelly beans.
Yes, that is very true.
Is it around this time, like they bring the jelly beans out?
I don't actually know. It would be very convenient if it was around Halloween time. I think that'd be a lot better. That way they're not having heaps of jelly beans all year round.
Well, I think one of my fondest memories of trick-or-treating is when we first moved into our new home many years ago now, into this house. And we had plenty of jelly beans left over from our painting because we got them for free.
Oh, you actually got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it was October many years ago now that we moved into this house. And we actually were giving out these jelly beans to the kids who came to the house.
Oh, that's nice. Jelly beans are a lot. And if you think about it in an actual paint tin, that's a lot of jelly beans.
But I love dressing up, especially if kids come to the door. I love like going, rah, and they're like, ooh. And they get all scared, and I just give them
the excitement of it, definitely.
Yeah, I give them a Freddo Frog or something. I mean, Freddo Frogs, muy bien.
Yeah, I can't eat them.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Don't cry.
I did used to enjoy them, but I felt like they changed the recipe.
They did.
Like the last couple of years or something like that. It was never the same.
Just like the cocoa and chili tea.
It's just the same.
Well, do you remember Yowies?
Yes, but it didn't have like some sort of green center or something, like a green kind of...
For those who don't know, a Yowie is like almost a Kinder Surprise, except a bit different.
I'm thinking of the Yowie ice cream. That's what I'm thinking
Oh
of.
my God, they were iconic.
Yes.
Oh my
I never got the Yowie chocolate that much. I think I had the Yowie ice cream. I think there was an ice cream, right? I
Yeah,
swear it
yeah,
had
there
like
was
green
a-
stuff on it.
There was the choco.
Yeah, chocolate. And I didn't have green.
No, but what? No, choco. What are you doing?
It's searching it up. I'm not crazy, I swear.
No, there was 2 types of Yowie ice cream. Pardon me.
Yes, okay. There was the choc shake one.
Yes. Yeah.
Love them. They were like this kind of like tub of ice cream. Always $2.50 from school and it went out.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
thinking, yes, it is great. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God.
This is a really bad picture. But that's what I mean. The one in the middle. It was green on the inside.
Oh.
Very rarely had them though. Like not really.
What is that? I don't think I ever had one.
They kind of look like a billabong.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
billabongs.
For those who don't know what yowies or billabongs are, they're a type of ice cream that we have here in Australia, and they're very good.
It's by Cadbury. So if you've got Cadbury
Yes.
in your country, then yes.
Cadbury, yes.
But this has been a spectacularly interesting and informal.
Spooky podcast
Yes,
today.
indeed.
Mhm.
Chili and cocoa, your thing? How about you find out for yourself?
Ooh, get some spice in your life.
Yes.
Spice up your life. I'm not going to start singing that because I will get copyrighted by the Spice Girls.
Yes.
Please, Posh Spice, don't hurt me.
But thank you very much for joining us on this lovely night and on our Night Brew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Shani.
I'm Libby, and we hope to add some more spice in your life in the next episode. But always remember to let your inner beauty shine. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
See you in the next episode.
I'm not doing that.